When the prophet Samuel shows up at Jesse's house, asking to see his sons, Jesse parades out 7 strong, impressive young men. Samuel looks at each one, waiting for the Lord to speak. Nothing. Silence from heaven. "Are these all the sons you have?" Samuel asks. Jesse shrugs. "Well, there's the youngest, but he's just out watching the sheep. David isn't even worth mentioning. He's the runt, the afterthought, the one who gets the leftover jobs nobody else wants." But Samuel insists, knowing God's ways are not man's ways. They send for David, and this teenager comes running in from the fields, still smelling like sheep, dust in his hair, his hands rough from handling rams and fighting off wolves. While his brothers wear fine robes, David's clothes are patched and practical. Samuel takes out his horn of holy oil and pours it over David's head right there in front of his shocked family. Oil dripping down his face, David becomes the anointed king of Israel by God's choice. Then he goes right back to the sheep. No fanfare, no crown, no celebration. Just back to the hills with the smell of lanolin and the sound of bleeding. Months later, a 9-foot giant named Goliath is terrorizing Israel's army. For 40 days, this monster in bronze armor taunts them, his voice booming across the valley. "Choose a man and have him come down to me." The entire army, including David's warrior brothers, hide in their tents like scared children. David shows up with lunch for his brothers and hears this giant mocking the living God. Something ignites in his chest, righteous anger for the Lord's honor. While grown soldiers cower, this teenager volunteers to fight in faith. King Saul tries to dress him in armor, but it's too big, too heavy. David strips it off and walks into the valley with nothing but his sling and 5 smooth stones, their weight familiar in his palm, trusting in the God of Israel. Goliath sees him coming and laughs. This boy is an insult. "Come here, and I'll give your flesh to the birds." David's response echoes across the battlefield like a prayer of faith. "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." 1 stone, 1 shot, 1 prayer answered. The giant crashes to the earth, and Israel's army finds their courage. The overlooked shepherd boy becomes the giant killer, and eventually the greatest king Israel ever knew. The Lord doesn't choose the qualified, he qualifies the chosen.